Spielberg's dino obsession began early. Steven Spielberg first became hooked on Jurassic Park when author Michael Crichton, then collaborating with him on the TV show ER, mentioned his idea about resurrecting dinosaurs via DNA. Once advanced, copies of the novel leaked in Hollywood. Spielberg quickly pursued the film rights, outbidding everyone else. Even Richard Donner and James Cameron reportedly showed interest. This early passion drove him to start storyboarding dinosaurs before the script was even written. A Hollywood bidding war. Every major studio wanted the book. Warner Brothers courted Tim Burton to direct, Columbia pitched Richard Donner, and Fox even had Joe Dante attached. In the end, Universal won the rights primarily because of Spielberg's relationship with Crichton. Spielberg juggled Jurassic Park with shooting Schindler's List in 1992, releasing both films in 1993. Transformative CGI test. Spielberg originally planned to use traditional stop-motion or go-motion animation for the dinosaurs. But Industrial Light and Magic's Dennis Muren showed him a test CGI animation, a Tyrannosaurus strolling and then chasing Gallimimus, that blew everyone away. After watching that demo, the director immediately embraced CGI for all the dinosaurs, revolutionizing special effects. Stan Winston's animatronics remained, but only for close-ups. By movie's end, the full-size robot T-Rex was largely replaced with CGI in big action scenes. "I think I'm extinct," the line's origin. Dinosaur supervisor Phil Tippett was originally hired to animate miniature models, but after seeing the CGI test, he joked, "I think I'm extinct." Spielberg loved the line and put it in the movie. Tippett's quip ultimately evolved into Ian Malcolm's famous philosophy, "Life finds a way," highlighting how Spielberg turned behind-the-scenes humor into on-screen dialogue. Spielberg roared, literally, on set. To help actors imagine dinosaurs that weren't there yet, Spielberg himself made animal noises during filming, roaring and growling as if he were the T-Rex. It turned out to be more amusing than helpful. As Sam Neill recalled, "That was kind of more funny than anything, and the acting part was not laughing." The cast ended up delivering their terror convincingly on their own. The iconic rain ripple effect. The famous shot of T-Rex's foot rippling the water in the glass of a parked car almost stumped the crew. Inspired by the way his own car mirror vibrated to earth, wind and fire music, Spielberg insisted on a similar effect. Special effects wizard Michael Lantieri eventually discovered that plucking a guitar string under the set table at a precise frequency made the glass ripple naturally. A custom rig with a guitar string was built to shake the window at that note. Weird dinosaur sounds. The sound designers got extremely creative. The T-Rex's heavy footfalls? That's actually a recording of falling trees. Its roar is a blend of a baby elephant's squeal, a lion's roar, and a crocodile's growl. Even, the velociraptor's terrifying screeches came from mixing together walrus and dolphin calls. The result sounds totally unique on screen, but you've got a zoo's worth of animals in the mix if you listen closely. Rain on the roaring beast. On the nightmarish rain-sodden scene, the full-size T-Rex animatronic had a problem. It wasn't designed to get wet. The foam in its exterior soaked up gallons of water from the rain machines, making the 17-foot puppet alarmingly heavy and jittery. Between takes, the crew had to painstakingly dry it off. Otherwise, the T-Rex would shake and convulse uncontrollably whenever it moved in the downpour. The baby Triceratops that almost was. Stan Winston's effects team sculpted not just the sick Triceratops that Grant and Sattler care for, but also built a full animatronic baby Triceratops during pre-production. Sadly, Spielberg cut that scene to keep the film's running time tight. The unused baby trike head and body can be seen in featurettes and behind-the-scenes photos, but baby Corythosaurus was left on the editing room floor. Real experts shaping the hero. Paleontologist Jack Horner, on whom Alan Grant was roughly based, was a technical advisor on set. He coached Sam Neill on how to behave like a real dinosaur hunter, even helping fine-tune Neill's accent. Originally, Neill struggled with an American accent, but Horner advised playing it natural. Spielberg eventually told Neill to speak in a blend of New Zealand and American, which is why Grant's accent sounds a bit unique. They're a wild, staring, worrying lot of idiots. Sam Neill's idea. During the T-Rex attack, Dr. Grant does a slow, stunned reaction when he first sees a living dinosaur. That fainting-style response was Neil's own suggestion. He figured that a paleontologist who studied dinosaurs his whole life would be overwhelmed by actually seeing one walk by, and he pitched to Spielberg that Grant should look stunned. Spielberg loved the realism and kept Neil's idea in the film. A-list actors who almost starred. Big names turned down Grant before Neil was cast. Spielberg offered the role to Harrison Ford, fresh off Raiders and Empire Strikes Back, but Ford joked Spielberg only hired him for Indiana Jones adventures and declined, saying this project wasn't his cup of tea. William Hurt was also courted but passed without even reading the script. Sam Neill got the call only weeks before filming and rearranged his schedule to take the part. Jim Carrey versus Jeff Goldblum. Believe it or not, Jim Carrey auditioned for Dr. Ian Malcolm, the sarcastic chaos theorist mathematician. The filmmakers ultimately chose Jeff Goldblum, who'd already impressed Spielberg, to play Malcolm. But the thought of Carrey in that role is a wild what-if for fans of the movie. Goldblum went on to shape the role, including improvising lines. Lex and Tim's age swap. In Crichton's novel, Tim is the older brother and Lex is younger. The film famously flips that. Spielberg made this change as a personal favor. Young actor Joseph Mazzello had auditioned for a part in Spielberg's Hook as one of the Lost Boys and didn't get it, so Spielberg promised to give him a role next summer. That promise turned into the part of Big Brother Tim, with Lex as the little sister, Malcolm's hero moment. In the T-Rex's dark nighttime attack, Ian Malcolm, Jeff Goldblum, does something very un-Malcolm-like. He smartly plants a lit flare to distract the beast instead of running for cover. According to interviews, Goldblum suggested this change himself. Originally, the script had Malcolm fleeing like the coward Gennaro did, but Goldblum argued his math genius character would try something clever. Spielberg agreed and kept Malcolm's heroic decision in the film. Real hurricane on set. Filming on location in Hawaii came with a price. Hurricane Aniki, a real Category 4 storm, tore through Kauai in September 1992. It destroyed part of the constructed visitor center set and dumped rain for days, halting production. Spielberg and crew used the downtime to their advantage. Scenes of the movie's storm, like Laura Dern's sick trike in pouring rain, actually include real footage from Hurricane Aniki. The T-Rex saves the day. Originally, the climax was to be purely a Raptor versus Grant scene with the T-Rex skeleton in the visitor center being all that remained. In early drafts, one Raptor even gets impaled on the skeleton's ribcage. But producer Kathleen Kennedy insisted, no, the T-Rex is the star. They rewrote the finale so that the live T-Rex returns at the last second to battle the Raptors. This is why you see the T-Rex silently appear through the glass at the end. Spielberg couldn't use Winston's full-size T-Rex puppet for that shot, so the final shot of Rexy roaring at the Raptors was done entirely with CGI, keeping dinosaurs a secret. Marketing for Jurassic Park kept the thrills under wraps. None of the film's posters or trailers show a full dinosaur, just teasing glimpses, like the raptor in the kitchen or the eye in the rain. Spielberg wanted audiences to see the dinosaurs for the first time in the theater. In fact, toys and t-shirts featuring the dinos didn't hit shelves until after the movie's release, so fans wouldn't spoil the surprises beforehand. From film to theme park, Jurassic Park itself became a real-life ride. In 1996, Universal Studios Hollywood debuted Jurassic Park: The Ride, later cloned in Florida and Japan. It's a water, flume adventure that mirrors the movie. Guests float through a dinosaur park and end with a big drop as they escape a T-Rex. This was literally the ultimate sequel. Hundreds of thrilled riders screaming, "Get down!" as animatronic dinos chase them, beating the schedule. Amazingly, this massive production finished shooting 12 days ahead of the original schedule. Spielberg credits meticulous planning. He even constructed scale models of sets and used a lipstick camera to pre-visualize scenes. The result was a smoother shoot than expected, especially considering the mix of animatronics, actors, and special effects. Wrapping early was crucial, because Spielberg had to immediately move on to finish Schindler's List.